All right, guys. What's going on is I'm at a private Memorial Day event. All right. This is the lake that my family's we're all members of. We have a lake house up here on the lake, and they're holding a private Memorial Day event for lake members. Oh man, we're having service issues here, guys. That's gonna be rotten. Well, so it goes. That's why we got a backup camera. So I asked Ernest Clevenger for help because he's organizing the event, and he emailed me. He got hold of my email, and I asked him for help, and he went radio silent. So then I emailed the board, and I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm your neighbor veteran. I'm here asking for help, and your town hid my triple attempted murder and stabbing. And I have all the documents for it and whatnot to prove it. See, look, I got little cards to pass out to everybody. Boom. This is this is what the headline read: is got a knife pulled about fight over shopping cart. There were actually all his weapons, and you see that's what happens. This is not gun knife face down and stabbed, and that's why the cops had to lose 2 CCTVs of the incident. That's what's going on up here. So I asked my fellow veterans for help up here in town because I was a member of the American Legion, and they trespassed me on Veterans Day for asking them for help. So that's why I'm at this last event. They can't trespass me here. So we're going to see, how they roll and what they do with it. But literally, I'm going to be asking my fellow veterans for help, letting them know that it's legal to stab veterans here in Gettysburg, and to see how they react. I'm asking for help, but I already know because I came in, if y'all saw my short, to security. I came into security, and they've already had a powwow apparently behind my back. Nobody bothered to even email me back. So that's why I'm here asking for help. They could have emailed me and I wouldn't have to come here and do this event. What's up, Rick James? So, look, we got one of the guys here, looks like our bugler. This guy, he's from the American Legion that I was a member of that they kicked me out. What's up, Brandon Mitchell? So that's what we're doing here. We're showing, because they've already conspired against us. Like literally, all they had to do was one person email me back, and they didn't. So what they're gonna say is, "Oh, this day's not about you," and I'll be like, "Well, I know. That's why weeks ago." So anyhow, we're gonna zoom back out here, and we're gonna go ask our fellow veterans for help. So let me roll my windows up. We might lose sound for a second. Apparently, my truck takes over. I'm getting my box of cards here. And we'll go waltz over and talk to everybody. Howdy, Jets. Hi, I'm Jake Billsma. I'm a local veteran here up at the lake, and I had my triple attempted murder and stabbing covered up by local cronies and local police force. And I'm asking my fellow veterans for help at the lake because apparently to police, that stab wound right there doesn't exist. He pled out the disorderly conduct illegally. They gave him a sentence of administrative rehabilitation. It's illegal for violent offenders. So this is the guy that pulled his pistol on me, chased me down. I disarmed him of it. I knocked the rounds out and ran away to the front of Walmart, and I chased him down I ran away with the gun, unarmed, and he chased me down. He dug through his truck and grabbed 2 hunting knives, chased me down and stabbed me in the front of Walmart. The state police had to lose 2 CCTVs of him chasing me down and stabbing me. Not charge him for stabbing me, no assaults with deadly weapons. I have these cards here made up with the police report and what it says on it, on him pleading out the disorderly conduct.
Actually, it's against the rules to hand out any type of paperwork on this property.
Oh, and I'm a member on this property.
It doesn't matter. Members, board members.
So that's your concern, that I'm handing out paperwork? I'm just told you that I got stabbed by a local crony and the police covered it up. And it's apparently you're very aware of the. What's your name, sir?
I'm under no obligation to give that to
Right.
you.
My name is Jake Bilsma. I'm Jake Bilsma. I'm a local veteran asking for help at this veterans event. Colonel Chantlow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jake Bilsma.
Hi. Good morning.
Right. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll just hand that there.
Good
morning. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm a local veteran that got stabbed by a local crony.
Yeah. We're going to have a ceremony here in about an hour.
Right, and that's why I'm here before the ceremony. And I contacted Ernest Clevenger, the event organizer. I contacted him ahead of time, and he never got back to me. He got my email. We had a conversation going until I asked for help with this, and then apparently between him and then I emailed the board. Apparently there was an internal security powwow warning them about this, so everybody knows about this, but not one person hit me back about asking for help with the county breaking the law. And it's almost astounding. I've been kicked out of every other veterans event, even as a member at the Gettysburg American Legion. That guy back there will probably tell you about that. And I'm just getting the cold shoulder here in Gettysburg, one of America's most patriotic towns.
Are you filming this?
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, no one would believe it. That's why I have to document this. Gettysburg bills itself as one of the most patriotic towns in America. And then I got stabbed by a local crony. They covered it up because I'm an out-of-town veteran. And everybody, even the local veterans here, my neighbor veterans, are giving me the cold shoulder because the DA and the judge that are tied up in this, that hid my triple attempted murder, that suggested the illegal sentence and approved the illegal sentence, they're both members up at the American Legion. And they're not even veterans. They're like sons of veterans. They hang on there for political votes and crony ties up in town. But they ejected me on the Veterans Day event, asking them for help. Again, just like right now, before the event, I was asking everyone for help. Because if anybody would have emailed me back, I wouldn't have to be here right now documenting that this is what transpires in this town. And that's okay with you, Colonel?
You're welcome to stay and participate in the event like all the other people.
But you don't want to take my card if I were to offer you one?
Thank you.
You don't want to see, the stab wound and the illegal sentence where he pleads out the disorderly conduct on one of your local veterans?
You have to deal with the local authorities.
I know, and they hid it. They broke the law to hide it.
I have no validation of that.
That's why I need help from my local veterans, especially a colonel. You're a leader, sir. You can rally up the local veterans to help me.
I can't. I'm not even a member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars or the American Legion.
Right, but do you have contacts? Obviously, Mr. Clevenger contacted you. You're a figure. You're a veteran figure in this community.
I'm on the committee for this event.
Right. Okay. So you knew about this all ahead of time, but nobody emailed me back.
I have an email that he sent to you.
And
thanking you for your message to him.
Oh, I didn't get that email.
Well, he sent it to you. He replied to you.
I never got a reply.
Whatever address you used to send him the mail, he responded to that address.
Right.
Reply.
I didn't get it.
Now, if you didn't get it, maybe it went to junk, maybe it went to spam.
No, I didn't. I checked those. I check those daily.
Very nice message back to you. And I asked him if you responded to his message, and he said no.
Oh. Well, I emailed admin up at Lake and included him in the CC. And apparently there was even a powwow up here in town about me coming up here and asking y'all for help, and that as long as I didn't get out of hand, I wouldn't be trespassed. So there was time to have a powwow of what was going to go on before this ceremony. And there was time to figure out that I'm not allowed to pass out cards. And there was time to figure out that, what I was saying was true and to peruse the documents. And nobody responded to me. Nobody responded to me. I mean, maybe that's his claim, but...
Maybe that's an indication of things. I have to go...
That is an indication of things. That's the true nature of this town.
I've got to
This town's a rotten, corrupt, crony tourist town that farms patriotism out for veterans. Howdy, gents. How y'all doing?
Good morning. Major, good morning.
Good to see you, sir. This is Sean Muller. He's going to be leading your color guard today.
Come on over here and let me show you.
Are you announcing?
Sergeant Major, you know it's legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg?
To do what?
Completely legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg.
Yeah.
You don't want to help local veterans? That's about the cold shoulder I get from Gettysburgers and veterans.
I mean, they told us when it's going to be, but
So you don't have time to help out a local veteran that got stabbed and had all the local cronies cover it up? Because that's what I'm showing you. The guy that put that stab wound right there, he pled out the disorderly conduct illegally.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked everyone at the event ahead of time, and I emailed them all the documents, but nobody got back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that shows everything and how to get in contact with me if you were to care about it being legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg. I mean, we're here. It's completely legal. I assure you that this guy, he got it wiped from his record.
Okay.
He's a repeat violent. Thank you, Sergeant Major. He's a repeat violent firearms offender. He pled out the disorderly conduct for stabbing me, and they got an illegal deferment. It's illegal for violent offenders to wipe it from his record. He's actually still armed. I have him on video. I bumped into him in the grocery store and I filmed. I have him apologizing for it, like all on film. It took the DA and the judge, that they're both members up here at the American Legion. It took both of them working together to approve that illegal sentence and offer that illegal sentence, and that's how it happened. So we're beyond the regular form of addressing things legally concerned, and that's why I'm here today to try to garner support from local veterans.
yes.
My name is Jake Bilsma, by the way. Thank you for the hand. Thank you for the time. I appreciate that. This gentleman here really couldn't get rid of me fast enough. But if you wanted to, Sergeant Major, or First Sergeant, excuse me.
Sorry, man.
Sergeant Major, if you wanted to, make it not legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg, especially out-of-towners, that's why they all covered it up. I'm from out of town, and so they thought I'd just move on, just like the rest. And it turns out that there's a lot of corruption that goes on in this town. I started a local network. A former recon Marine, good buddy of mine. He married into the president of the county bar.
Okay.
And then they robbed him of everything they had in his life and used the courts to do that.
Right.
So it affects a lot of veterans. Yes, thank you, Sergeant Major. Howdy, ma'am. Did you know it's legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg?
Yeah, I did not.
Well, here's a card if you'd like to take it. I can show you my my assailant's illegal sentence.
How are you? I'm here. You're here? That's a good thing. You're on this side of the grass, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Howdy.
Hi,
Howdy,
how are
sir.
you?
Good. Did you know it's legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg?
Are you serious?
I kid you not. That stab wound right there doesn't exist. And I got stabbed by a local crony. The cops covered it up. He pulled his pistol out of me in Walmart on clear as day, 2 Walmart CCTVs. He pulled his
Really?
pistol out on me, and I disarmed him of it, knocked the rounds out, and ran away. And I ran to the front of the store. He went through his truck and grabbed 2 hunting knives to chase me down and stab me. And he's a local crony. He's a repeat violent firearms offender. He did the same thing a year ago. And the cops had to lose 2 CCTVs of it so that they could charge me for aggravated assault for fending him off with a cigarette butt holder that was not nailed down when he assaulted me in front of Walmart. Clear as day.
I don't put it past them, really, to be honest with you.
Well, it's
Are
one
you a
of,
vet?
yes, sir. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. I'm Jake Bilsma, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Nice,
All right.
nice to meet you, buddy. Where'd you serve? Who'd you serve with?
I was in the Navy.
All right.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard?
Yeah.
My family's in the Coast Guard. I love me some Coasties,
Yeah,
man.
I was a puddle jumper for a little while.
Y'all are the redheaded stepchildren
Yeah.
of DOD. But like now you're DHS, and there's like all
Funny story though, when I was in the Navy in the Gulf War, we actually had Coast Guard Lidette teams on board.
Oh really?
Yeah, teaching people how to board, search, and seize boats and stuff like that.
Oh, so what'd you start out with first?
Navy.
Navy,
Yeah.
and then went to Coastie.
Yeah.
I figured you'd have some nice duty assignments.
I thought I have a cakewalk, but then 9/11 hit, and I was like, I'm out of here.
Oh man, well that's when Coast Guard really picked up,
Yeah.
because Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, I didn't want no parts of it anymore. I had enough war. You know
I
what
hear
mean?
you, brother. Yeah, no doubt. So you're what conflicts were you in?
Gulf War.
Gulf War.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your service, brother. I appreciate
you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Keeping
This
it
is
going.
my wife. This is my beautiful wife.
Howdy. Hi, I'm Jake Bilsma.
Saved
Nice
my
to meet you.
life.
Nice to meet
Saved
you.
my life. I was
Yeah.
going down a pretty dark rabbit hole there as a veteran with PTSD, and then I met this one. And she convinced me to go to the VA and do all that stuff, and saved my life.
A woman that stands beside you.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, we all need that. Yeah,
I'll let you get back to it. I hope you find some resolution.
thanks.
in
Yeah,
this.
that's why I'm here. I'm trying to garner support from my local veterans because
Absolutely.
I actually got trespassed from the Veterans Day event at the American Legion as a member because the district attorney and the judge that hid my triple attempt gave the illegal sentence of disorderly conduct for stabbing me. The guys that gave that illegal sentence, they're both members up there at the American Legion.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's why but they're not even veterans. They're like sons of veterans members.
Yeah.
So like the rest of the guys that are up there, they banded together and just excommunicate me from anything that goes on in town.
Holy
And
shit.
everyone here, Mr. Clevenger, that was organizing this, I emailed him ahead of time and never heard anything back. And he's right here.
Yeah.
Which one is this?
Behind him's in charge of the American Legion.
This is Mr. Clevenger here, sir?
No, that's Mummer.
Oh, that's Mitch Mummer. Yeah, he knows who I am. We've talked. I'm sorry.
Clevenger's in the blue shirt right over there.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go look
Thank
for
you,
these
sir.
Cannons
welcome.
and
Appreciate
guns
it.
and stuff like that. I hear they got some cannons going off.
I think that'd be
soon.
these gentlemen's over here. Look, they got it loaded up. 173rd, huh?
Oh,
Air-
no, 173rd. They're the 17th.
Third, excuse me. You'll have to educate me on that one. It's before my time.
That was a cavalry outfit.
Okay, all right.
So basically, air cavalry. We had, I guess there was about 5 squadrons in country.
Uh-huh.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't recognize the patch. That's why I asked. And
That's 1st Aviation Brigade. Here.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. No, you're good. Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, 1st Aviation Brigade, that was a part of the forces, the helicopter forces
Right.
that fought in Vietnam.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your service, sir. I'm honored to shake your hand.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You passed on the guide on to some worthy veterans.
Oh, I know I did.
Learned a lot of lessons from what y'all were trailblazing doing back then.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Mitch Mummert, Mr. Mummert, how you doing? Jake Bilsma. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, yeah. So, I was trespassed from asking y'all for help on Veterans Day about 2 years ago. As an American Legion member, I'm just asking my fellow veterans for help because it's completely illegal to stab out-of-town veterans in Gettysburg. And I figured y'all would like to know about that.
I gave you an email way back, and that was my response then, and that's my response now.
And what response would that be, just so for everyone's watching?
I'm not getting into this, and I'm not going to make it in public.
Oh, okay, I understand that. But 2 of your members, District Attorney Brian Sinnott and Judge Thomas Campbell, they're not even veterans. They're like sons of veterans. They're the ones that hid my triple attempted murder and stabbing, and that's why I was shocked to find that out. And then I come to help from y'all on the Veterans Day event, asking for help, and you show me about the same hospitality. You don't have any comment on that?
Nothing.
Okay, well, I guess I just have to leave commentary to my fans that are watching live right now. This is Mitch Mummert, Honor Guard, and are you still the post commander, Mitch?
Yes.
And I see you have a castle on your chest. What was your MOS?
I'd rather not discuss that with you.
Well, I was a combat engineer, and I wore that castle with pride. I didn't have to ask fellow veterans to leave when they're asking me for help, especially as the Gettysburg American Legion post commander. I have this card here if you wanted it. Apparently, I'm not allowed to hand it out unless people ask for it, but it shows, let's see, the title reads, gun knife pulled about shopping fight at Walmart, but it was all 3 his weapons, and he never got charged. Your district attorney, Brian Sinnott, who's a member at your post, he never charged the guy for any assault with deadly weapons. And he never charged him for stabbing me, and he actually charged me for getting stabbed, for fending the guy off with a cigarette butt holder when he chased me down and stabbed me. And that's why your state police had to lose 2 Walmart CCTVs of the event so that the police narrative would fit. But I mean, still, even in the police report, you can see here, he chases me down and stabs me. And that's not a concern of yours that you're,
Sir, I already gave you my response way back when you emailed me.
Uh-huh.
I am not going to get into this right now. This is not for this. This is for, this event here is for something totally different and has no place. You're issue.
So you're gonna honor veterans by ignoring the living ones asking you for help.
This has nothing to do with this business, and I'm not getting into this right now.
Well, this is why I have to come down and ask you guys, because
my response was
Mhm.
that we cannot help you any legal issues
Mhm.
because that is not our place as our organization is. We
Right,
don't
but
get involved
isn't it in your
legal
charter? Isn't it in your charter that any veteran, any of your members that act in countenance to any veterans asking for help or to do anything against the veteran community, they be excommunicated. But your district attorney, who's a Sons of veteran at your post, and your Judge Thomas Campbell, who's a Sons of veteran member at your post, they both work together to break the law to pass an illegal sentence of my stabbing.
comment on that. That's between you and them, and not the American Legion.
Right, I know, but because they broke the law, I need local veterans' help. I'm an out-of-town veteran that got stabbed and had your members hide it. Criminal conspiracy to hide it. And that's why I'm asking you for help, Mr. Mitch Mummert. As a fellow engineer and veteran and Gettysburger and possibly neighbor, I'm not sure, you're here in my neighborhood. I was thinking that maybe you'd want to offer me help, or at least take my card and share with your friends, because I have all the documents. Like, they gave him an illegal sentence that's only legal for violent offenders, and that's against the law. And not only did Judge Thomas Campbell have to approve it, District Attorney Brian Sinnott, both of them are your members, he had to offer it. And then your Victims Advocate Office, they had to illegally approve it to him, because that goes through the Victims Advocate, and they had to illegally deny me restitution for getting chased down and stabbed to the bone. So that's how many things that went wrong about that. And then it turns out, I've been at this for 5 years, videotaping Gettysburg veterans giving me the cold shoulder. So I've had to do a lot of investigation on my own. And it turns out
I got other duties right now.
Okay, that's fine. When the event starts, I will take my place. Howdy.
Talk to the Civil War people and
My granddaughter.
Oh, you wanted me?
No, I didn't want. I wanted her.
Sorry.
She's out. She's dressed up. She's out playing.
So that's how many of your members it took making criminal conspiracy to make that possible, Mr. Mitch Mummert. And that's why I was asking the Gettysburg Post 202 commander for help, because your members aren't even veterans. They're Sons of Veterans members, and it's against your charter to do bad things to veterans. And no one would believe the cold shoulder that I've got in town. And I emailed at this event. I emailed Ernest Clevenger ahead of time, and he never got back to me. So that's why I'm here asking for help from veterans. This is a self-created problem. If your district attorney, Brian Sinnott, who's a member, and your judge, Thomas Campbell, who's not a member, if they didn't break the law, I wouldn't need to be here right now, and you wouldn't be having to be videotaped, giving me the cold shoulder on this. Because this is a story. This is literally you're exemplifying on video for everybody watching the help and support I've gotten from local veterans here in Gettysburg.
I don't want to be recorded for this. I've told you that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't want your cops to hide my triple attempted murder.
You are going against my freedom of speech
Mm-hmm.
by doing this to me.
Doing what?
And this is my freedom of speech that
It
I
is.
don't want to be recorded. And I'd ask you.
You don't want to be
stop
recorded in your own
recording me.
shame? Why don't you want to be recorded?
I asked you to stop recording me.
Mm-hmm. And I asked you to help with the police hiding my triple attempted murder, which is, I feel like as a veteran and as an engineer and as a post-American Legion 202 commander, maybe that would be of concern for you. Because I even have all the card and the info. And I emailed you guys.
I gave you the response way back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not getting into this with you at this point.
You don't have to.
You already know the response that I gave you.
Uh-huh.
And that's between you and me.
And that's why I'm here documenting it,
else.
because it's way better for people to watch this on video. They wouldn't believe the cold shoulder I'm getting from the American Legion Gettysburg Post 202 commander. But this is the actual true face of Gettysburg.
Department, and this is the department's stance. This is not from mine.
What departments?
The American Legion Department of Pennsylvania.
Oh, so that would be Woody, right? Woody's in charge of that. Woody's the one that told you to get rid of me at the ceremony, right? I said, I mean, I got it on film. That's why I film these things. I can go back through it and find out who people are and pick out what they're doing. And this is why I film it, because no one would believe your silence right now.
I have nothing to say.
I know, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes because I'm standing here with a stab wound in my arm that 2 of your members hid, helped hide. Conspiracy. Straight up conspiracy. You're not allowed to give someone that's a violent offender, you're not allowed to give them a sentence of ARD. It's for 90% DUI victims, or DUI first time low blow DUI. It was illegal what he did. And then your victims advocate office granted it to a program, and then they denied me restitution, which is mandated. And then again, Judge Thomas Campbell, he approved it. And part of that stipulation is somebody has to agree. The victim has to agree, which I don't, because like here it reads gun, knife pulled during fight about shopping cart. Well, they were all 3 his weapons, and he actually stabbed me. And so that's why it's illegal for him to plead out to disorderly conduct. And it's all right here in this card. I mean, the reason why I'm filming is because no one would believe this cold shoulder. You guys are supposed to be helping veterans, not turning a cold shoulder on them, helping this town band together and hide it. Because it literally takes every veteran from this town, to include my neighbors and neighbor veterans, to hide this, to make it possible. And apparently the post-202 American Legion commander. Have you been practicing taps for this event? I'm going to dub in later where he actually biffs taps. We rolled that on a pretty funny video. American post-202, Gettysburg, American Legion, Commander Mitch Mummert. Hey Mitch, one of your cronies pled out to disorderly conduct for stabbing me, and 2 of your members helped hide it. Your District Attorney Brian Sinnott and your Judge Thomas Campbell. But they're not veterans. They're just sons of veterans. So when I went to your post to ask for help on Veterans Day, because nobody will help me, I was actually ejected from your post on Veterans Day for asking for help from local veterans. I got the cold shoulder. I was wondering, as president, if there was something that might concern you, that out-of-town veterans are getting stabbed here in your town. But I feel like this whole town bands together because it would ruin the tourist buck. To include my own neighbors. We're at a neighbor event. So if word got out that it's legal to stab veterans, because this town bills itself as the most patriotic town in America, and that's how they lure patriots in here to spend money. But it would ruin that tourist buck if they found out that it's legal to stab veterans. That's legal to stab veterans in Gettysburg. And I mean, this picture's from when I caught him in the grocery store and he admitted to stabbing me, chasing me down and stabbing me. And I just feel like this whole town's banded together, especially the upper echelon and the American Legion and the veterans, because you guys are tied into the police and the district attorney and the judge that helped hide my triple attempted murder. I feel like that would crash the false narrative of honoring veterans that everyone is here for, because everyone's here to honor veterans. And I'm here asking you for help with your police and your members breaking the law to hide my triple attempted murder. And you're doing what every other Gettysburger's done. And that's why I'm documenting this. I wouldn't be here if this wasn't a story worth documenting, that people want to watch and can't believe. Because this is the true side of Gettysburg you see sitting in this chair right here. If you get stabbed by one of his local cronies, American Legion Post 202 Commander Mitch Mummert will sit there doing what he's doing right now. And trying to, not only that, but he knows these emails I've contacted before. He knows all this stuff, and he's sitting around watching. I can't make, Mr. Mitch Mummert, I can't make you ignore this travesty that's happening in your district and fellow veterans ask for help, but I can film you ignore it. Because I'm a documentarian, and this whole thing that y'all created is self-created, and it's created by the apathy that you're showing right now, because no one would believe this. This is what makes the story. This wouldn't even be a story if you guys didn't hide my triple attempted murder, if the judge didn't approve it, if the district attorney didn't give him an illegal sentence, if the victim's advocate didn't approve it, if she didn't deny me. Oh yeah, my victim's advocate, by the way, that's Savannah Loader. She's married to the state police that lost the 2 CCTVs of the incident, and that's how crony-fried Gettysburg truly is. And that's why when I email, my own local veterans asking them for help, everyone does the cold shoulder, and there's all these internal meetings about how to deal with me. When meanwhile, the leadership, Gettysburg American Post 202 commander, the bugler, is going to honor veterans by playing a bugle, is sitting there in that chair right now while I'm asking for help with his members, helping to hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing. This is fantastic, Mitch. I don't even have to go ask anyone else for help. You're showing it all for us right here. Mitch Mummert, everybody, American Legion Post 202 commander. And you see that castle right there? That means he was some type of engineer, which I was too. And our motto is "Essayons, let us try." And it's like, I don't know, maybe his Essayons is let me try to keep covering up this triple attempted murder for my friends and non-veteran friends. But my Essayons is y'all picked a fight with a Texan who y'all thought would go on about his business, but he's sitting here documenting you guys in your true form right now. And that's why you're not engaging me. It's very shameful, your behavior. Not even refusing to engage. I mean, clearly there's a stab wound in my arm, and clearly he pled out the disorderly conduct. And I have him on film. If I could give you this card, if you wanted it. I mean, what's so funny, Mitch?
I'm not laughing. I am getting irritated by the minute because you're destroying my name, my reputation, and everything else.
By videotaping you?
Yes. And
Well,
I don't
then,
want to
if
be
you're
videotaped any freaking more.
if you're shameful of your actions, then why are you upset about
I am not
being
shameful.
videotaped?
I told you right from the get-go that what the American Legion stance is and what the stance is. I am not obligated to do anything.
But your whole existence of your organization is to help veterans, and I'm not obligated to help them. You heard it right from the post commander right there, Mitch Mummert.
We cannot help you with your legal issues.
I'm not asking about legal issues. This is corruption in your own town. It's legal to stab veterans in your town.
You cannot do anything. We cannot do anything to help you with.
No,
your case.
your email said go ask the county rep for help, and the county rep, Stan Clark, he's into hiding this too. He purposely stalled my case. I have all the documents for it. I can bring it to you guys and show you. But that's why you guys don't contact me back, and I have to come to these events. Because no one would believe that this is the Gettysburg American Legion post commander ignoring an out-of-town veteran getting stabbed. But his members are like sons of members. They're not even veterans. They work together. The District Attorney Brian Sinnott is a member at his post. And Judge Thomas Campbell, he's a veteran at his post, a member at his post. They're both, sons of veterans. And they work together to hide my triple attempted murder. So, all we'd have to do is have a discussion with them. Because, literally, that guy, Glenn Kessler, your local crony, he did the same thing a year before. And he pled out to unlawful weapons. So, he's a repeat violent firearms offender. And it's legal. He's still armed. Sheriff James Mueller, he's a big recon Marine from Vietnam and whatnot. He still signs off on his concealed carry permit. This guy that chases you down, out-of-town veterans down and stabs them. Or members. They're members at your league. When your charter, because I was a member, so I know the charter. And your charter says that you won't do anything to affect veterans in a negative way, but your members, both of them, work together to offer an illegal sentence for a violent offender, and your judge to approve it, so that one of your local cronies could plead out to disorderly conduct for chasing me down and stabbing me. I need your help, Mitch. Mitch, I need your help.
I already gave you my response in an email.
But that wasn't any help. But you guys exist to help veterans. American Legion exists to help veterans, and you're the president.
Response in the email.
And that response was to go seek help from somebody else. But you guys are here to help veterans.
I gave you the response in my email.
Right, and that response was to go away. And that's why I'm here today, to get you on video ignoring this.
my response, I told you that we cannot help you with your legal issues.
It's not. I'm not asking for a legal issue. I'm asking to start a local veterans group. I'm showing you corruption that's on in your town, and you're covering it up because it would ruin your tourist buck and your Freemason, gatherings and all your fraternal organizations and everything that you local cronies. We are veterans because you have police that are veterans and police that are tied into the DAs and whatnot, and these are all tied up in these groups. And this is the true face of Gettysburg right here. If you guys come to visit Gettysburg and you're an out-of-town veteran, it's legal for him and his buddies that wear those uniforms, dress like that, chase you down and stab you. And then you have to track these guys down and get video of their faces doing it. And that's why he's upset about me videotaping him right now, because I had to do this and he's shameful.
I'm not shameful.
You're not shameful of your lack of action?
No.
Why not?
Like I told you.
Don't you guys exist to help veterans? I need help. Mitch, I can't make you ignore this, but I can videotape you doing it. I'm just asking for help with several of your members hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing in broad daylight. You think that would concern you? You know the same police officer that lost 2 CCTVs and me getting chased down and stabbed?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Trooper Cameron Beck. Well, if you answered my emails, I'd be able to show you all this info.
I don't need to know all this stuff. I told you.
But you're here to help veterans, and I'm asking you for help.
In your legal issues.
It's not my legal issue. I'm trying to start a grassroots thing to get the corruption out of this town. It's not my legal issues. It's the fact that it's legal to stab veterans in your district.
Asking for help with your legal issues.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Well, okay, I'm asking you now to start a local group of veterans that are concerned about it being legal to stab out-of-town veterans here in Gettysburg when they come and visit. That's what I'm asking you for. I'm not asking for legal help. I'm asking to my fellow veterans to join together to get rid of this corruption in this town. And you are portraying on video what happens in this town. The cold shoulder you actually get, because this is all a paper patriotic event. These guys here, they put this on to draw patriots from around the country for tourist dollars and then stab them, and then you ask them for help because you catch them on it and you get this face right here. Mitch Mummert, post commander, Gettysburg American Legion, post 202, right there. See all that salad on his chest? Guess what that means right now? Guess what all that means right now? This ribbon and that hat. Again, just like this is all some paper patriot event to draw people in, show what Gettysburg bills itself as the most patriotic town in America. And then this is the reality. This is just a corrupt tourist town that bands together to draw tourist dollars in for patriotic events, while the American Legion Post Commander, Mitch Mummert, sits there in his own shame being videotaped and is upset at me and my First Amendment right to videotape in public.
It's my First Amendment right as well that I don't want to be recorded as well.
Okay, so, that has nothing to do with the First Amendment.
And you're violating my rights.
All right, yes, well, I guess you ought to do something about it. That face. That's just empty threats. Because what I'm doing here is legal. I'm a journalist. I'm a veteran journalist on a story on how Gettysburg.
But you're videotaping me against my will.
How does it feel?
You're videotaping me against my will.
How does it feel?
And I don't appreciate having
I don't appreciate your members hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing. I don't appreciate your members hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing. I already told you that I need your help. I already told you that this is what you expect from local veterans in Gettysburg. This is a Paper Patriot event. This is a Paper Patriot event sponsored by Paper Pennsylvania Patriots. What are you sorry about? Don't be sorry. Just do something about it, Mitch. Just help me. Just help me, Mitch.
You're videotaping me against my will.
Yeah, And here we go.
How you doing?
I don't know.
So listen, you can videotape, there's no issue. It's just we just...
I'm videotaping the post commander of Gettysburg. Well, you guys know you're Schmidt.
Yeah.
You're a new face here, man.
No, I'm not.
How long you been here?
Over a year.
Over a year? Yeah, that's what I mean. You're a new face here. Did you know that your your Troop H up there covered up my triple attempted murder and stabbing?
I know.
Yeah, they lost two Walmart CCTVs of the event.
Okay.
Do you know Trooper Cameron Beck did it?
Okay.
So
You wanna talk over here? You're more than welcome to talk
a
to
big
me.
thing that I'm trying to do here is expose the corruption that's enacted by Troop H local police, and the same police officer that lost two Walmart CCTVs of me getting chased down and stabbed.
Okay.
He also lost child rape kit pictures for a local crony to throw that case. So just like you Pennsylvanians here in Gettysburg, Troop H, Gettysburg, will band together to hide an out-of-town veteran's triple attempted murder, you boys will band together to hide one of your local cronies diddling his own pair of girls. And remember, you haven't seen any of the videos? You haven't been told about this?
Nope.
Yeah, I went and reported this to your office.
Okay.
Can I get your card and I'll email that to you?
I don't have a card on.
You don't have a card? Does he have a card?
I do.
You do? Do you mind if I get a card, sir? So, I'm here because you boys hid my triple attempted murder and stabbing in broad daylight, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, here, you want one of these cards?
I'll
It'll
take
show
it.
you. Yeah, thanks. He didn't really want one. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I got chased down and stabbed by a repeat violent firearms offender crony.
Was this reported already?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you guys had to be called to hide it. Trooper Cameron Beck got called to hide it and lost two Walmart CCTVs of me getting chased down and stabbed. He pled out the disorderly conduct for stabbing me, right? And that was very complicit because your detective had to lose those CCTVs of me getting chased down and stabbed for that, right? But that same detective, it's a really big problem because he gets called in, Detective Trooper Cameron Beck. I'm sure you're familiar with him, Yeah. He gets called in to cover up all the locals' crimes. That's why y'all get swapped around, but he stays here because he's the guy that they call anytime that something bad happens. And I have your card here. What I'm going to do, Corporal Reeser, is I'm going to forward you where he also lost child rape kit pictures to throw the case for his for a local crony that was diddling his own pair of girls.
Was this all reported to our internal affairs?
Yeah, and you guys, yes, that and last time I came into your office to ask about it, one of your boys, Bradley Fornwalt, the Nambler, he chased me down and pulled us over in retaliation for it. So, and I've called your office numerous times, I've documented all of that, and it's rape. It's 7-year statute of limitations. This whole case could be reopened, but it's not because he's involved in the housing fraud that's going on in town. That's why the same district attorney that gave an illegal sentence of me getting chased down and stabbed, right, gave him ARD. ARD, you know what that is?
Accelerated rehabilitative disposition.
All right, so do you know it's illegal for violent offenders to be accepted into that program?
I have no involvement in that.
Right. I'm just informing you. Right, now that you know ARD, it's illegal for violent offenders. Well, Glenn Kessler right here, he got to plead out to disorderly conduct for chasing me down and stabbing me. And all right, and with the illegal sentence of ARD, which was approved by District Attorney Brian Sennett, which was approved by Judge Thomas Campbell. That's a criminal conspiracy right there. And then
Did all of this go through the court process already?
Yeah. And remember, you got your boys up there, Troop H, chased me down and did a retaliatory pullover on my 75-year-old father when I went up there and reported it again. And I've reported it on film like numerous times, but it's still within the statute of limitations. So that's why I got your card, and I'm going to send you that because that's how this, Trooper Cameron Beck, your detective, that's how your detective hides things with your district attorney and your local judges up there. That's how y'all do it.
Okay.
Then you're not.
How can I help you?
Okay, well, what I'd like to do is, because we're still in the same statutations of Trooper Cameron Beck losing child rape kit pictures, I'd like for you to investigate that because they threw the case out. No, that's a crime. Losing evidence in a child molestation case is a crime. Losing those pictures.
But you've spoken to IAD about this. We have a whole department.
Right.
IAD has charged.
Right, but nobody's charged anybody for losing those pictures. And what happened was,
are you sure
the case? Yes. Well, is it if pictures got lost out of evidence on a child sexual assault exam, is that not destroyed and lost evidence?
I trust our internal affairs division. Okay.
I don't, because they hid my triple attempted murder and stabbing in broad daylight. And your victim's advocate is married to Loader. That's Savannah Loader. I'm sure she's married to one of your troopers. There was one of the ones that, because I'm reporting a crime to you, that's when the statute of limitations. And on my card right here, I'm going to email you this and follow up with my fans just to show.
It sounds like all this has been investigated already.
It's within the statute of limitations. And you guys thought so hard. You had to retaliatory follow me out of your police station and pull me over for reporting it. Then I've called again and reported it. It's all within the statute of limitations. That's how you Pennsylvania boys hide this kind of stuff. Because like you wait out the statute of limitations and then sorry, it was it. But I'm telling you,
Could
sir.
you keep it down a little bit here? They're getting ready to start the ceremony,
All right,
and that's
thank
what
you.
we're here for today.
Right.
So,
We're here.
I get it, but right now we're here for.
I understand. So how come nobody responded back to me? Out of all these people here that were on the veterans event in the Ford,
I'm
not
happy
one
to
single
engage with
person
you.
responded back to me.
I'm happy to engage with you. Can we talk over there so we don't disturb?
And all these guys up here know this too, especially Mitch Mummer. Mitch, hey Mitch. Oh, Mr. Clevenger? No, I'm sorry, sir. Hi, sir. What's your name? Hi, I'm Jake Billsma. I'm an out-of-town veteran that got stabbed by a local crony and had those boys right there cover it up. And I'm seeking help for veterans in exposing this. And I was wondering if I could get your help on that, sir. This is what Gettysburg does when you come to spend dollars in their town. This is a perfect example of it, how they have this faux patriotic event going on up here, and then they'll come right in front of you, bold and brazen as all get out, and ignore you asking for help. Sir, if you got stabbed by somebody, do you think they'd get charged for stabbing you? Mitch, if you got stabbed by a local crony, do you think that...
Don't push me.
Sir, I'm standing
Don't
still.
push me.
Sir, I'm standing still.
You're pushing
Sir,
against me.
would you help me?
Officer, this man's pushing against me.
Sir, you can't push against him.
I'm not. I'm standing here and he got around. See, watch him do it again. Why don't you do it again for him?
Sir, listen, you're causing a disturbance, okay?
My free speech is causing a disturbance?
When you're in people's faces, that's when
I'm not. He got in my face to block from me filming the post commander.
Aren't you in his face at this
Aren't
point?
you further closer in his than mine?
I'm defending him at this point.
Why are you defending him? I need your help. Your boys hid my triple attempted murder and stabbing.
Who do you want help with? Do you want help from him or do you want help from me?
I want help from my local veterans in exposing you guys cover up my triple attempted murder and stabbing.
Okay, we understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But him sitting down wanting to attend this event, you're causing...
This guy crybabied about me. He stepped into me. I have it on film.
Okay,
He can
well,
say
I've
all that he
heard
wants, but we can go back through that
Sure,
and
I've
look
heard
at this
him
local
multiple
veteran
times.
that I'm asking for help,
Jacob,
who's
I've
we're
heard
getting
him
a zoom in
multiple
on his
times.
face right now.
Jacob, I've heard him multiple
And hiding
times
in
say
his-
that
in
he
his
wants
shame.
you out of his face, okay?
I haven't been in his face. You're closer to him than I am.
He's the one that wants you out of his way, okay?
Mhm.
You're allowed to record.
I'm
from
not
distance,
doing
okay?
anything
When
wrong. I'm zoomed in on my camera, and you are closer to him than me. And this guy right here just lied to you about me getting in his face. I have video of him pushing himself in between me and Mitch right here till he cried to you and made that false claim. Actually, I'd like to report a crime. This guy just reported a false crime to you guys.
No, I witnessed it.
No, you didn't. You had your back turned.
I was.
How much you want to bet? I got it on video, bro. You think this is my only camera?
So if you're
Do you think
facing
this
that
is
way-
my only
There's
camera?
other cameras,
Do you think this is my only camera?
Doesn't matter if it's your only.
Do you think this is my only camera? I got it on video of him stepping on me, getting in between me, and you having your back turned, even though you just claimed that you didn't.
I got it.
Obviously, you guys are here to continue to cover up the local pedophile scandals.
No.
Why else would you guys not be here?
The only reason we're here right now is because there's a memorial event being taken place to celebrate our veterans who have sacrificed their
Well, I
lives
need
for
your
us.
help because your
And we have a
local
veteran
attorney,
right here who
the
just
same
wants to
district
celebrate
attorney
it.
who hid my triple attempted murder by losing 2 Walmart CCTVs and me getting chased down and stabbed, also lost child rape kit pictures to throw a case for your buddy.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
to hear
you don't have to be sorry. You can investigate it.
that. Okay.
Pleased to have the Gettysburg Area High School Junior ROTC Color Guard with us today. The members of the Color Guard are Reed Rifle Master Sergeant William Marsh, National Colors Cadet Sergeant Major Sean Moeller, State Colors Lieutenant Aiden Sarver, Trail Rifle Cadet Sergeant Gavin Hodges. The cadet in charge of the Color Guard is Cadet Sergeant Major Sean Muller. Please stand as you are able for the posting of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Post the colors.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Now it is my honor to ask Richard Dooley, President of the Lake Heritage Property Owners Association, to welcome you all. Richard.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Lake Heritage. Here we are in the midst of a 3-day weekend that serves for many as the end of the school year and the beginning of the summer. For some, it'll be their first getaway or break of the season. For others, it will be the weekend they open their pool or break out their grill. For us here today, it will be the weekend we remember. We honor our loved ones lost in the service of their country. For 155 years, our nation has paused just for this one weekend to honor and grieve the men and women who have died while serving in the armed forces. Those who are brave and honorable. Those who are driven by duty and patriotism. Those who are sons and daughters, someone's family, someone's friends. Some of them saved the world, others struggled in conflicts that are still going on. No matter where or when they served, though, the fact remains that they were willing to sacrifice themselves for the rest of us. The very least we owe is a pause, a single weekend, to understand and to reflect as we splash in our pools and break out our grills for the weekend. They were willing to die to ensure we are safe and free to do so. Franklin D. Roosevelt put it very bluntly and correctly in 1941 when he wrote, "Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them." How fortunate we are living in such a special community to have the luxury of that forgetting. But not all of us. On Memorial Day tomorrow, some will feel a fresh sting. We owe our gratitude not only to those who fought generations ago, but to those men and women who are fighting and dying still today, and their families and friends. We know they will not be the last. There is a reason for celebration, though. In the words of George S. Patton, it is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God such men lived. This weekend, I choose to celebrate their sacrifices, made by greater men than me, and the freedoms they have and continue to secure for me, my family, and my neighbors. We are gathered here today in this place to stop for just a moment before returning to those celebrations to remember them, so very many of them, and to whisper the least of what they deserve, to whisper thank you.
Paper Patriot.
Thank you very much, Richard. Please stand as you are able for the invocation by the Reverend Richard Jennifer. Let us pray. Almighty God, judge of all the nations, we come to remember, and so we remember before you with grateful hearts the women and men of our country who in the day of decision ventured much for the liberties we now enjoy. Grant that we may not rest until all the people of this land share the benefits of true freedom and gladly accept its disciplines. This community now gathers to honor and remember all those who have served our nation. Comfort us, O Father, in the sorrow at the death of our loved ones, and let our faith be our consolation. We pray to you for all those whom we have loved but see no longer. Grant them eternal rest. and grant us the spirit of faith and courage in the promise of eternal life. Be present with all those whose suffering continues even now, that they may bear the burdens which this life presents. Watch over and protect us as you make us ready to do that which is good and right in this place and wherever we may venture. This we ask, O Heavenly Father. Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. The names of the veterans who have died since our last Memorial Day ceremony will now be read. Tim Kallenbach, United States Army. Herbert Ferguson, United States Navy. Anthony Kolampaka, United States Army. Clement Leon, United States Air Corps, World War II POW. Bahan Ka Ali, United States Army.
Just a Common Soldier by A. Lawrence Raincourt. He was getting old and paunchy, and his hair was falling fast, and he sat around the Legion telling stories of the past, of a war that he had fought in, and the deeds that he had done. In his exploits with his buddies, they were heroes, every one. And though sometimes to his neighbors, his tales became a joke, all his Legion buddies listened, for they knew whereof he spoke. But will hear his tales no longer, for old Bill has passed away, and the world's a little poorer, for a soldier died today. He will not be mourned by many, just his children and his wife, for he lived an ordinary and quite uneventful life, held a job, raised a family, quietly going on his way, and the world won't note his passing, though a soldier died today. When politicians leave this earth, their bodies lie in state, while thousands note their passing and proclaim that they were great. Papers tell their whole life stories from the time that they were young, but the passing of a soldier goes unnoticed and unsung. Is the greatest contribution to the welfare of our land a guy who breaks his promises and cons his fellow man, or the ordinary fellow who in times of war and strife goes off to serve his country and offers up his life? A politician's stipend and the style in which he lives are sometimes disproportionate to the service that he gives, while the ordinary soldier who offered up his all is paid off with a medal and perhaps a pension small. It's so easy to forget them, for it was so long ago that the old Bills of our country went to battle. But we know it was not the politicians, with their compromise or ploys, who won for us the freedom that our country now enjoys. Should you find yourself in danger with your enemies at hand, would you want a politician with his ever-shifting stand? Or would you prefer a soldier who has sworn to defend his home his kin and country, and would fight it until the end. He was just a common soldier, and his ranks are growing thin. But his presence should remind us we may need his like again. For when countries are in conflict, then we find the soldier's part is to clean up all the troubles that the politicians start. If we cannot do him honor while he's here to hear the praise, then at least let's give him homage at the ending of his days. Perhaps just a single headline in the paper that would say, "Our country is in mourning, for a soldier died today."
Happy because they have my stabbing.
Please stand as you are able for the gun salute, followed by taps. Please be seated. Steve Oakes will now provide some information about our Veterans Support Program in our community. Steve.
Thank you, sir. In 2018, Scotty Watt and Lynn Ferrero suggested to the fishing club to start a fund that would help local veterans and their families. the club agreed to this idea, and it was called the Veterans Initiative. It would be funded strictly by volunteer donations. A fishing club member came up with an idea of a boot. As you see, a boot. Not just any boot, but a boot that is worn by veterans should be used to collect the donations. One of our members, Bob Hood, veteran of the Air Force, said he had one that he would donate for this purpose. Another veteran, Greg Howell, a veteran of the United States Army, volunteered to build a stand that the boot would be placed on at the fishing club meetings so members could donate as they see fit. The idea has been very successful. So far, the boot has collected over $6,000 and have paid out $5,106.50 to date. Working with Stan Clark, Adams County Veterans Representative, we have donated over $1,000 to several needed veterans. In addition, we have donated $1,000 to the Gettysburg Memorial Day program and an organization called Roots for Boots that helps needed veterans. Here is the boot. Any donations that you would like to make today would be greatly appreciated. This boot is on display in the LHPOA office in the community center. When you visit the office and see the boot, please take a second and feed a boot $1 or $2. Any donations, as I said, you make is greatly appreciated. Thank you, and God bless all veterans, for freedom is not free. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. We are fortunate today to have as our guest speaker Colonel Peter Lindquist, United States Air Force, retired. Colonel Lindquist is a command pilot with nearly 4,000 flying hours, including 500 combat hours. He retired from the Air Force in 1996. Colonel Lindquist began his career in the Air Force in 1968 through the Air Force ROTC program, cadets, the ROTC program, at Drake University. His first operational assignment was to the Ching-Chong-Kan Air Base in Taiwan as a C-130 pilot. After this assignment, he spent a tour of flying combat missions in South Vietnam. Among his numerous assignments, he has held several command positions. Commander of the 1776th Services Squadron, Air News Air Force Base, Maryland. Deputy Commander for Operations, the 314th Tactical Air Wing, Little Rock Air Force Base, Arkansas. Vice Commander of the 374th Tactical Airlift Wing, Dakota Air Base, Japan, where he also stood up and assumed command of the 316th Airlift Support Group. Finally, he was commander of the 438th Support Group and later the 305th Support Group at McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. Colonel Lindquist graduated from the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas in 1981, and the Air War College, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama in 1987. His military decorations include the Legion of Merit with 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, Distinguished Flying Cross, Meritorious Service Medal with 5 Oak Leaf Clusters, and Air Medal with 2 Oak Leaf Clusters. After retirement from the Air Force, he worked with a dedicated group of individuals to build a National Air Force Memorial located in Washington, D.C., and later served as its first managing director. Colonel and Mrs. Lindquist retired to Gettysburg in 2013. Colonel Lindquist. appreciate the opportunity to be with you here in this beautiful community. I'd also like to thank Bill, Colonel Bill Chantelot, United States Army retired, and along with Ernie Clevenger and Steve Oakes for taking on the planning and execution of this meaningful event. Personally, I deeply appreciate the invitation to speak. Thanks to Mr. Dooley, Richard, for your gracious welcome. Not only was it gracious, but it was extremely very much for that. You know, many of us who served in the military had a better half, if you will. Someone who helped us toe the line, someone who kept us from getting too big-headed, perhaps. Someone that supported and certainly loved us. Marie, it's no doubt to me that you obviously have done and continue to do the same with Bill. I don't know if you noticed her reading of Just a Common Soldier. Wonderfully done. And here she is at the end, and I think all of us are. I mean, it's such a somber, it's such a somber poem, very meaningful, obviously. And so you get to the end, and everybody sort of hesitates. I mean, she did a great job. Do I clap? But at the same time, you know, it's so somber that almost doesn't seem right. Well done. Thank you. Thank you to the Maryland, to the Rigsby Battery. Nice of you to be here. Obviously, you add a lot to this ceremony. Mitch. Thank you very much for taps. That's always an extremely meaningful part of this ceremony like this. I also, of course, need to thank the junior ROTC program, the Army ROTC program from Gettysburg. You did a great job. I'm sure your knees are getting a little tired at this point, but hang in there. We all realize that the lifeline of these future events really rests on the shoulders of these young people. So I salute you and appreciate for what you did today and what you continue to do for our country. Father G, it warms my heart to see you making the progress that you continue to make in your health. Thank you very much for those inspiring words. Also, a very warm welcome to all the veterans and their families who are here today. And more so, thanks to your service to our great country. Finally, there's one more important person that I typically acknowledge and will again. That's my wife, Jan. She's that person that kept me on the straight and narrow. But we started our life adventure together. We honeymooned here in Gettysburg 55 years ago next month. So thank you again, dear. And who would have known back then that we would be here at an event like this? Amazing. So why are we here today? Obviously, Richard gave us an idea. The reading of the final salute all gives us an idea. But I suspect that the answer to why you're here today rests within each and every one of you. It's got to be varied. For me, it's time to reflect and remember fellow comrades who gave their all for our great country. For me, these warriors in arms, these heroes, if you will, had a positive impact on my life because of their teachings, their strong characters, their unwavering support of and ultimate sacrifice to our great country. I'll say more about a couple of my heroes shortly. Finally, it should not go unrecognized that our Commander-in-Chief, President Biden, signed a proclamation for this Memorial Day that highlights his thoughts on the day, and I'll quote a couple paragraphs. On Memorial Day, we remember the patriots who gave their lives in the service of America, in the service of freedom, in the service of justice. They made the ultimate sacrifice to defend our Constitution and our democracy. We are free because they were brave, and we live by the light of the flame of liberty they kept burning. They are all heroes, and our nation is forever grateful. Those who wear the uniform of the United States Armed Forces know the pride of service and what it means to dedicate themselves to a cause greater than themselves. They're men and women who put their lives on the line for an idea, the idea of America. They are the best of us. On this day, as we honor the fallen angels who consecrated this great nation and the ideals that we stand for, with their blood, we rededicate ourselves to the unending work of bringing our country ever closer to that more perfect union. I quoted his proclamation in part, and obviously it was signed Joseph R. Biden Jr. So as I mentioned earlier, my reason for being here today, besides being asked, the reason is for the memories. Time to reflect, both silently and aloud, to thank and to gratefully acknowledge my life heroes. I have chosen two following individuals from my life to introduce to you in hopes that you may add them to your memories and your prayers going forward. Warrant Officer Glenn Hopes, high school friend, fun-loving, unpretentious, and loyal. What you saw in Glenn was what you got. His name, sadly but proudly, is etched on the Vietnam Memorial Wall with the following post from the virtual Vietnam Wall. There was a post in 2019 entitled, "Honoring You." Some may think you are forgotten, though on earth you are no more, but in our memory you are with us, as you always were before. Another post entitled, "Thank You." Dear Warrant Officer Glenn Hopes, thank you for your service as a utility and light cargo single rotor helicopter pilot. Please watch over America. It still needs your strength, courage, and faithfulness. Rest in peace with the angels. Another post entitled, "A Good Friend." I went to 3 through 6th grade with Glenn at Lippincott, and then we met up at Waynesburg High School and went 9 through 12. And we graduated in 1964. Glenn was a very nice guy. The last post about Glenn was by Dutch Nielsen, entitled, "Best Friends." Glenn and I were best friends. We had plans of starting a commercial helicopter company after our first tour. Following language school at Monterey, I went to infantry officer candidate school, and Glenn went to helicopter school. I got to Vietnam before Glenn and responded to a letter from Glenn, hoping to find that he was stationed close to me. The letter was returned unopened with large letters, D.O.W. Died of wounds. Difficult year in Vietnam, added to by the remembrance of a great friend. First Lieutenant Charles Collenberg, my second hero presented for your prayers, was a friend, a pilot training classmate, and a born leader. The following is posted on the Vietnam virtual wall for him. And it's posted by a classmate, Jay Farron, who was Charlie's classmate in the Air Force Academy and also our classmate at pilot training. It's entitled Underserved Dumb Luck. Charlie was a great friend, a class individual, and a good stick pilot. He won one of the 2 fighter assignments out of pilot training class at Reese Air Force Base, Texas. At Phang Rang Air Base, Vietnam, where, and this is noted by Jay Farron, where I was a fact, at the end of my tour, Charlie was flying F-100s out of there too. So we ate meals and drank together, even rescued a chap from a bed set on fire in his BOQ room by his own cigarette. Charlie planned to come to my wedding in December 1970. I last saw him right before Thanksgiving as I was leaving for my Freedom Bird home. Charlie was a passenger on a flight out to connect to his own Freedom Bird at Cameron Bay a couple days later, which hit the hill right off the runway after takeoff. He was too good of a person to die after finishing a good, brave, and honorable tour. I think of him often, miss his grinning face in our wedding pictures, and every day consider the irony of dumb luck. Those of us luckier can also thank God that we were lucky to know Charlie. The following lyrics from a song that is close to my heart, I believe, support today's Memorial Day theme. The song speaks of service, sacrifice, and commitment to something bigger than ourselves. As a lead into this song, a personal memory comes to mind. In my second career, I worked for a nonprofit organization that was established to build the National Air Force Memorial. I worked for them for 16 years or so, and at one point did a lot of traveling for fundraising purposes. Well, on one of these trips, Jan accompanied me, and we enjoyed an evening with over 1,000 or so Air Force sergeants at their annual convention. After dinner, it came time for the entertainment, which to that point had not been announced. So when Lee Greenwood walks out on the stage, the place goes wild. And yes, you guessed it. He opened his act with God Bless the USA. And to make it even more meaningful to Jan and I, he walked right up to where we were sitting, moved some plates, and stood on our table to start the song. Wow, can you believe it? It still gives me shivers. So with that story in mind, and with your own memories of hearing Greenwood's song over the years, please listen to a portion of the lyrics of God Bless the USA, also known as Proud to be an American, by singer-songwriter Lee Greenwood. If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men and women who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, because there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time that we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men and women who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, because there ain't no doubt I love this land. Love this land. God bless the USA. Thank you, Mr. Lee Greenwood, for that most patriotic and endearing song. Hopefully, by the reading of a portion of the lyrics, provided some reflective memories and a sense of meaning for the loss of loved ones who gave their ultimate sacrifice to our country. A memory of someone who is considered a hero, someone who lifted you up along life's pathway, someone who put, or still does today, puts a smile on your face, someone you felt comfortable sharing a tear or a beer, or someone that you're grateful for just having been part of your life. A hero who was a gift from God, perhaps. So early on in this talk, I asked, why are we here today? My talk theme focused on memories, some very personal to me and Jan, but shared with the hope that our memories would stir your memories and provide a moment of reflection and gratefulness to and for your heroes. I hope I was successful. Could I ask all the veterans to stand, please, as they are able, or wave their hands, because most of you are standing. Thank you for our country. Thank you for your service to our great country.
Hoorah!
And thank you all for your attention today. God bless the USA.
Woo!
Thank you very much for that inspiring talk. Thank you. Well, we already did the recognition of veterans. That's what I get for showing him what's coming next. You know? So we'll skip that portion and we'll ask that as the service songs are played for your service, if you'd come and stand up here. And after that, we will pause and have the national. United States Navy. United States Army.
I don't stand with Gettysburg veterans.
The United States Coast Guard.
We got a twofer. That was good.
Yeah. I was wondering what he was going to do about that.
He's quick on his feet.
The United States Air Force. Please stand as you are able for the national anthem and retiring of the colors. Stand arms. Order, arms. Retire the colors. I want to thank all those who have made this ceremony possible. Ernie Clevenger, in addition to being the chair of the Memorial Day Committee, maintains a photo gallery in the hallway of the community center of all veterans in our community. If you are a veteran and your photo is not on the wall, please let him know. He also maintains a list of all the veterans, their service, their email, and their phone number, etc. If you are a veteran, please check with him to be sure you are included. Ernie also provides the sound system for today's ceremony. Steve Oates, who provided invaluable assistance to Ernie, replacing all the lanyards and clips on our two flags, this flagpole and the flagpole by the community center, raising the service flags, hauling and setting up equipment, along with Ed Kushner and Tom Reidenbach. Ned Landis for coordinating the participation of the 1st Maryland Artillery Rigby's Battery. A brief description of this unit is located in the back of the program. The newsletter staff for putting an article about this ceremony in the breeze, and of course Taylor for printing the programs, and the maintenance crew for mowing the area here. Everyone else who is participating in this program is listed in the program. Without everyone's dedication and willingness to serve this Memorial Day ceremony would not be possible. We have formed a Memorial Day committee to institutionalize this ceremony. Volunteers are always needed to serve on the committee and are most welcome. Just let Ernie know if you are available to join us. Conclusion of the ceremony, members of the 1st Maryland Artillery will hold a presentation at the gun battery explaining the artillery piece and battery operations. Also, you are all invited to a reception in the pavilion. Please join us. Now, let's all join together and sing God Bless America. This concludes our remembrance ceremony. Thank you all for coming and participating. Please visit the gun battery and join us for the reception in the pavilion. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks for being respectful.
I'm
sorry? Yeah, well, you know, you could help my triple attempted murder and stabbing.
I
You
have
can help
no
with that.
involvement in that.
Seriously, Trooper Cameron Beck, he lost child rape kit pictures, which is still within the statute of limitations. I'm going to email you about
I'm
them.
leaving. I'm leaving.
It's a show of force.
Take care.
So there's no out of town veterans attempted murders you guys have to hide, and that's why you're leaving.
Doing good. Doing good.
So you guys don't have to throw a local pedophile case, and that's why you guys are leaving now.
Thanks for your service.
Thanks for having us.
Take care.
Yeah, these guys helped hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing in broad daylight. And that's why they're leaving, because they don't have anything to hide right now. Because they called up to hide in case something happened, and they tried to get me in touch with those guys down there. But seriously, they're leaving right now because we don't need them to lose any evidence of anything.
You guys have a great day.
Yeah.
Take care.
They don't need to hide my triple attempted murder and stabbing,
Have a good one,
Mr.
Jake. You
Director.
take care of
Yeah, you guys help with your trooper hiding my triple attempted murder and stabbing. Same one that lost 2 CCTVs of me getting chased down and stabbed, lost child rape kit pictures for a local crony.
Look, Jake, I don't know anything about that.
I know, that's why I'm emailing you. Why are you not interested in this? I'm showing you. You guys could be heroes. Well, yeah, let me get your card, man. I'm trying to get it.
Listen, you have a good one. All right?
So you guys don't have any triple attempted murders to hide for out-of-town veterans, and that's why you boys are leaving right now? Isn't that why you boys exist? Isn't that why you guys are here? No. What about losing child rape kit pictures for the same crony?
It's already been.
It's within the statute of limitations. Nobody got charged.
Have a good day.
What are you doing, man?
Have a good day.
Careful, my foot. But is that why you guys are leaving? Because you don't have to hide anyone's triple attempted murder and stabbing right now? Is that why you guys are leaving? There's nothing for you guys to hide? I'm just talking about it. Is that why you guys are leaving? Is that why you guys are leaving? They don't have any triple attempted murders to hide. I thought so. He showed up late.
Tell you what, let's go over to the reception. Okay. Walk through while we talk.
Basically, it's been sold.
This guy's a housing director or the home marketer or something. And he knew that it was illegal for me to pass out cards, but he didn't know it was illegal to chase down veterans and stab them. And he ran away. And later we find out he's organizing the event. That's why he's running away. That's Gettysburg. The jig up?
Yeah, I think we can roll.
All right, so the sneaky sneak, for those of you guys paying attention, you guys saw my brother here. He had my back the whole time.
I got some good. You don't want to be part of this.
All right. Well, anyhow, the angry vet and his gal pal, I don't even want to drop her name.
My wife, yeah.
Yeah, his wife, excuse me, his wife. They came out to support me. So it's so crazy. You all saw me asking all my own local veterans for help and getting the cold shoulder and ignored. This guy from Maryland, who I've never met before in my life, who's going through his experience with being crapped on as a veteran, it's like, I got you, bro. That was it. He was there. He's asking me, hey man, where should I stay in town? I'm gonna come hang out. So anyway, this is what it is with not the veteran community, but the 1A community. We all really back each other. We 100%. Love each other. I mean, I can't. This is my brother for life right now. This is the angry veteran. I'm gonna put his links down here in the channel. Go on with his story. He's tracking a lot of corruption at the VA. This guy's under 5 felony. 8, excuse me. They keep on doing it, man. Yeah, every time I talk to you, I'm going to quit talking to you. Hey, he's under 8 felony investigations for videotaping at the VA. So I won't get into it anymore. But he's got a crazy lot of drama coming on. And him and his wife stopped what they were doing and came out here to support me because I asked. Right. That's right. The Angry Veteran. We're gonna link. We're gonna do channels. This is my brother here right now. The beard. Oh man, Brother Dave. Hey. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to. I'm live right now. Just to let you know.
No problem.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Yeah, you too, man.
Good seeing you, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I caught Mitch like dead as a doorknob here, ignoring me. Mitch Mummer, the post commander to the American. Oh, well, I'm done.
God bless you guys.
No, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah. This is my good buddy right here. This is my good buddy. I'm Dave. I don't want to drop names on him. You know. Blah, blah. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. It's good to have one of my bros here. Thank you.
Man. Take care.
Much love, Dave.
Yeah, I got a couple people running their mouths about you.
Sweet, man. Thanks. All right. Well, A fans. Whoop. Anyway, we're gonna go putz around Gettysburg. So he come out to support me, and I'm gonna go show him around. So yeah, stay tuned, stay around. Sorry if I didn't have much time to talk with y'all. I'll catch you up. We're gonna go do some Gettysburg stuff and get some good stuff on camera.
Can you believe there wasn't anybody here for the Coast Guard? I had to get out of line. I had to get out of line from the Navy and go in and represent the Coast Guard.
I got that. That's clear. He's quick, man. I'm telling you, watch this guy. He's one of the funny guys that was in the service. That it's good to be around, good to work with, obviously. So anyhow, much love to y'all subscribers. Thank you so much. Thanks to the Angry Vet right here. Go sub to his channel because we're gonna go do a whole bunch of lives and stuff like up here upcoming today, like pooping around Gettysburg. So much love y'all. Thank you so much. Much love and support. Thanks to the Angry Veteran right here. Go sub to his channel. Go get this guy watches. He needs to get his story out there. He's covering the corruption at the VA. Much love y'all. Thank you.